guys? Welcome back to Persona 3 Reload. Last time we met in Persona 3, we just did Tartarus stuff, and well, we're just going to be continuing that, because that's usually how this flow goes, so,
There are plenty of people our age who are well put together, so maybe they just want to sound mature.
Anyway, what was I saying? But this is just going to be the general flow for the next few parts. I want to say I think almost the entirety of this week will be Tartarus parts. Actually, no. I'm wrong, because I believe the Friday part this week is going to be a social link part. It is really weird recording parts for Monday, Wednesday, Fridays for Persona 3. It throws me off a little bit. Oh, yep, and we are getting the Greedy Shadow again. I think I already demonstrated a Greedy Shadow, so I don't think I need to do it again. But one thing I do like is that since Fuka is level 99, I believe. Yeah, it is because Fuka's level 99. I do have her Tartarus search, where basically Greedy Shadows are now the most pointless thing ever, because I can now just have Fuka use her Tartarus search on a Greedy Shadow, on a floor with a Greedy Shadow, and just end up just following and just having it do it automatically for me instead of having to rely on luck. Because I think it is a little bit luck based on where the Greedy Shadow goes. I don't know how much luck based it is. Usually my general rule was when you watch it run in one direction, it's a pretty safe assumption that he'll go the same direction he turned in the first place. So like when the shot showed, when it first shows him running and he's going to the left, it's pretty safe to assume that he's going to the left anyway. But that's just that's just usually the rule I went off of. But I do remember losing it on a few occasions. So it might be luck based. But trying to figure out things to talk about, because well, at the time of this recording, Gamescom is well past over, and, well, first off, there's no updates for Persona 4 Revival, but there is actually one thing I haven't talked about yet, and it's shocking that I haven't mentioned this yet, because, you know, it is shocking that I haven't talked about this yet. I think I just straight up forgot to talk about it, because, I don't remember, but at the last Nintendo Direct, for the partner showcased, it was announced that Persona 3 Reload will be coming to the Switch too. And I never really mentioned that because, for one, I don't care. I already have 2 copies of Persona 3 Reload, so I don't really care in the grand scheme of things, because, for one, I've already beaten this game twice. Twice already. For this once for my general enjoyment, and for this and the second time was for this Let's Play, and technically it'll be a third time because technically watching this Let's Play for the commentary might as well just be me beating it again. And I forgot to cut the Velvet Room out this time. God damn it, past me. What is wrong with you? Anyway, I always say I cut out the Velvet Room stuff, but then I sometimes forget, and I really question myself on that. I had this problem back in the Persona 5 Let's Play, where I think there was a whole part in the Persona 5 Let's Play that was nothing but the Velvet Room, and that part to this day still pisses me off that it's there. I'm sorry, it just does. Like, it's just it's that one part. I don't remember what part it was. I think I think the title's like something like, I thought I was cutting this stuff out. I mean, it's not like that. I mean, the Persona 5 Let's Play is long enough anyway. It's like over 140 parts, and my prediction for part links for part numbers for Persona 3 Reload, I'm willing to say it's going to be about the same, probably a little bit less. Like, I want to say like 130 something. That's my guess. It's not going to be a lot less, but it's going to be less. But then again, I also have to keep it to consideration that Persona 5, I think, has multiple hour-long parts, while Persona 3, I'm trying to avoid having those kind of long-ass parts. But at the same time, I cut off parts for both games, really. No, Persona 5 I did a little differently. I stopped parts when I saved. And then Persona 3, I just stopped parts on the next day. Or if it's the end of a session, whenever I save. But that's back to Persona 3 Reload on Switch 2. And the other thing about Persona 3 Reload on Switch 2 that I don't really care about is the fact, for one, it's Switch 2. And I love the Switch 2, I really do. I do think it's a good console. The problem is that it's kind of... Persona 3 Reload is going to be suffering from some pretty stupid practices on Switch 2. The big one is the fact that if you have to buy all the DLC, including episode Aegis and all the costumes and shit like that. And from what I gathered, Persona 3 Reload on Switch 2 will perform worse than Reload on PS5 or Xbox. And was Reload on PS4? I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember if Persona 3 is on PS4. Hold on, I gotta look it up. Oh, it is on PS4, is it? Yeah, it is on PS4. I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't notice that. I didn't know that. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. The reason I didn't know that is because, you know, I have the PS5. I'm gonna get the PS5 version, so I guess I just didn't know. I guess I just didn't know. That's on me. But I'm trying to remember if they've already reported some stuff about the Nintendo Switch 2 version.
It is a special persona you desire, is it not?
Well, also the other thing is Persona 3 Reloaded on Switch 2 is going to be $60, which personally I think is a little ridiculous, considering that the PS5 version, I can attest to this one because I recently had to rearrange the cases at work for the PlayStation 5 version, for the PlayStation 5 case, because of the new Metal Gear Solid remake coming out. And Persona 3 Reload, I think, was like $30, if I remember right. I'd have to look at it again. But I remember having to explicitly move Persona 3 out of the way because Persona 3 is no longer part of that section anymore, but it moved down. And I think it was like $30, if I remember right, maybe 40, but it wasn't full price, I could tell you that now. And I think that's kind of bullshit. You know, why are they making it $60 for Switch 2 when it's like cheaper on other consoles? In fact, if I'm pretty sure it's cheaper on Steam right now. I could be way off again. It's been a while since I looked at the Steam version, but I know the Steam version goes on sale pretty often because I have it wishlisted on Steam for... I don't know why I have it wishlisted on Steam. I'm not planning on getting it anytime soon. If anything, if I were to do anything with Persona 3 Reload on PC, it would be to mod it for the female route. But I would rather wait for that mod to finish before I do anything else. Okay. Damn, it took Steam a lot to load there. Let me see here. Yeah. Okay, no. Persona 3 Reload is $69 on Steam, but I know for a fact it goes on sale like every fucking week.
Very well.
Like it goes like I know that Persona 3 goes on sale. Like Persona 3
Choose the personas you would like to.
This one is somewhat
Reload goes on sale on Steam like every week at this point. I swear I see an email saying Persona 3 Reload is currently on sale. And I do know that Persona 3 was taken off of Xbox Game Pass recently, so Xbox players actually have to pay for it now. Oh, the humanity. But it's not just, you know... But it's also, from what I can tell, the performance on the Switch 2 may not be as good as, you know, the PS5 or the PC versions or anything like that, because it is a Switch 2, and despite the Switch 2 being more powerful than the Switch 1, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be running every game at a decent as decently as PS5 or anything like that. Because if I remember right, I believe the specs are the general consensus that people have is that the Switch 2 runs about the same as a PS4, if I remember right, is what I heard. Is that it's about the same as a PS4 or a PS4 Pro or something like that. So there's still a generation behind, but then again, a lot of the Switch 2 ports, from what I can tell, are pretty shit. Why'd I go to 126?
Oh, there's a treasure chest.
Anyway. Because from what I've gathered, the Switch 2 ports of a lot of games aren't as good as they're advertised. I have no idea about the Cyberpunk Switch 2 port. I don't know anything about that. I haven't heard anything about that, actually. The Yakuza 0 port, I can actually tell you is actually pretty good.
We found the stairs.
Is actually really good. Oh, that's why I was going for the cat.
All right, let's get going.
But I heard like the Shadow Generations port or the Sonic Cross Shadow port. The Sonic Generations aspect runs at a decent frame rate. It runs at a 60 frames per second, all that shit. But for some reason, Shadow Generations doesn't, and in fact runs about the same. Like it runs pretty terribly on Switch 2. So I don't get what the fuck's going on there. But I heard Elden Ring. The people played Elden Ring at Gamescom on Switch 2. And apparently it wasn't good. Apparently it dropped like 15 frames per second on outdoor areas. Now I've never played Elden Ring, so I have no idea, how I've seen, I've seen like clips of it, of people talking about it online and shit like that. I've seen, how beautiful the game looks. So, and when is the Elden Ring port supposed to release anyway? Isn't it like what, next year or something like that? Hold on. Elden Ring Switch 2. It does say 2025. Well, if it's anything like Metroid Prime 4, it's probably going to be towards the end of 2025, if I'm thinking right. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm waiting for the Reaper. And with Ambush, oh yeah. So, I guess I should get into this. Now that I have Ambush, I can now, basically kill the Reaper no problem now. I don't know why I'm auto-recovering. I must be bored. But, Ambush also works on the Reaper, meaning that no longer do I have to worry about poor Ken over there getting his ass handed to him by the Reaper, because the Reaper doesn't even get a turn before I Armageddon his ass. So now, every time I charge my Theurgy gauge, I just imagine the Reaper sitting up with a newspaper and on a couch or something. And he's like, oh, fuck. I think he's coming to look for me eventually.
I gotta get out of here!
But back to Elden Ring. I've never really, been interested in Elden Ring. Oh god, I think I lost a few people on that front there. I've never really been in. I played the first Dark Souls, and I beat it, and then I played a little bit of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I think I probably played like 2 hours. I think my thing was I was marathoning a lot. I played Dark Souls 1, and then I played Bloodborne right after that. I played through both of those. And then I tried to play Sekiro, and I think I just burnt myself out of Souls-like. So I think that's on me, most likely. Because the only other Souls-likes I have played in the past few years are the Star Wars Jedi games. Jedi Fallen Order and, Jedi Survivor. I did play a little bit of Black Myth Wukong, probably 2 hours, but not that much. And I think I'm just officially burnt out of Souls-like games, especially if they have like similar atmospheres to, you know, the regular Dark Souls. Like, I had no problem playing through Star Wars because, you know, for one, I love Star Wars, so it was no problem for me to get back into those games, to play those games, no problem. So I think I was just feeling a little burnt out on that front. So I am more than willing to give the likes of Sekiro and Black Myth Wukong a shot. I just maybe might want to wait a while. I also think I'm just suffering from the, you know, Souls-like fatigue, you know, even more, because I don't want to say that, like, I feel like every fucking, like, press conference of some sort, whether it's, like, E3, or, well, E3 doesn't exist anymore, or whether it's Gamescom, the Game Awards, or any Nintendo Direct, or anything like that, there's always at least one fucking Souls-like, oh, by the way, I ambushed the Reaper. The Reaper's crying. It's like, oh, no, he's after me. He's coming for me. Oh no, they're all guarding. No, oh god, please, just skip it. Skip your turn. Oh, he's choosing Armageddon. Oh god. Oh, poor guy. Oh, poor Reaper.
That about does it. No shadows detected.
I think I looked at the cup because I was curious to see. It's like, hey, maybe, and I was like, no. I went with Yed now, which is fine. What was I saying about you know, Souls-like burnout? I feel like every fucking direct, or at this point almost every fucking month, I hear at least about one new Souls-like coming out, and I'm just kind of tired of seeing them. I get it, you know, people love those games. I don't blame people for liking what they like. I'm not saying that. But I mean, this is that kind of a thing that happens to every genre at some point. You know, there's always a burnout of some sort of genre, like every few years. You know, when gaming was, you know, coming to the home consoles, platformers were fucking everywhere for like the longest time. You know, it was like mascot platformers especially were just everywhere, and people were getting burnt out of it. You know, and it's similar thing happened with shooters. You know, people were getting sick of the Call of Duty clones. So, you know, it's gonna be a few years before we maybe already a year, where they move on to a new genre to milk to hell and back. I mean, that's just, you know. But I understand that, you know, there are lots of people out there who enjoy Souls-like games. And you know what? If you have no problem marathoning through every single Souls-like game, more power to you. You've got more patience. You've got more resilience than I do. I'm the kind of person that can't play more than like 3 RPGs a year. He says as he played, actually, I think I played like 4 RPGs this year so far. I don't know if I want to count Persona 3, considering I was midway through it by the beginning of this year. But I'm going to count it anyway. I played through Persona 3. I played through Expedition 33. I played through Final Fantasy 7 Remake. That was actually because of a test playthrough. Yeah, that was a test playthrough for a future Let's Play. It's not going to be immediately after this. It's probably going to be a few weeks or so. Like, I think after I finish Persona 3, I'm going to take a break from RPGs and play a few small games. But that's up later time. But yeah, I played through Final Fantasy 7. That was real smart of me. That was quite embarrassing. We never speak of that. And yet, my future self is going to clip that and use that as the preview for this part. And you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to make you do work now. Put Subway Surfers gameplay on it, too, while you're at it. And then put a picture of a turkey sandwich and spinning around. You're not going to do any of that, are you? Because my future self is also an asshole. So he'll do the exact opposite of what I want him to do. So don't put Subway Surfers gameplay on there. And don't put his turkey sandwich spinning in a circle. Actually, don't do any of that. Don't, especially the Subway Surfer cycle. I don't want to fall into that rabbit hole. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Metaphor. I played Metaphor Refantasio as well. You know, I've been playing a lot of that. I played that too. So that's like 4 RPGs in 1 year. And I usually don't like doing that because then I get burnt out of RPGs, especially since 2 of them are Atlus games, technically. 2 of them are Atlus games, and their formulas are exactly the fucking same. No offense to Metaphor. I'm not saying Metaphor is, you know, a Persona clone. I'm not going to get into that. You know, Expedition 33, you know, I love that game. It's probably one of my favorite RPGs in a while, in like the past few years. You know, I wouldn't say it would dethrone Persona 3 in terms of my favorite RPG. You know, it's probably like second. It's like second place, probably. Maybe. It might dethrone Persona 3 after one good playthrough. I don't know yet. I mean, both games emotionally damaged me for a few months. Persona 3 especially. But I won't get into Persona 3's emotional damage just yet. Am I gonna fucking do something? The 2 things are weak to... Oh, that's why he wants to... want to summon Lucifer. By the way, we are nowhere near the end of the game, and for some reason I have Lucifer. What's that? I'm level 99? Shut up. I just took like 3 lefts to go right here. What the fuck, dude? Oh, shit. Hold on. I should probably mute that.
That was excellent.
And, like, I played a lot of platformers this year, too. I just realized that, too. I played, like, Donkey Kong Bonanza. I played through DK Bonanza. Really liked it, by the way. Great game. I also played through Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I also played through Super Mario 3D World, because I never beat it on Switch, and I was like, I have the Switch too. I haven't beaten 3D World. I haven't 100%ed 3D World, so I might as well see if I could do it because I haven't done it. By the way, I'm fucking speedrunning that game. I'm getting 100% and all that. I'm speedrunning it. I'm doing it faster than I thought I would. I haven't done Bowser's Fury yet. I haven't tackled that yet. I never touched it. Like, I'm trying to get into my backlog a little bit and play games that I haven't touched yet. But, you know, it's hard to do that when, you know, I'm recording every weekend, all my days off. And then, you know, I have a thing called a job. So I'm there 90% of the time. And then on top of that, I want to work on Xenilian stuff when I'm not, you know, doing that. But also there's a lot of times where I'm just straight up fucking tired and don't feel like playing through a game. I really am starting to think that they didn't design the border floor bosses to be ended with an all-out attack, because it's so weird when, like, they do their little pose right before, you know, when they finish the all-out attack, and then, you know, they have, like, the battle screen results pop in, and then, but, like, usually, you know, there's shuffle time, since you're guaranteed shuffle time after finishing a battle with an all-out attack, except for border floor bosses. So it's a little weird that, you know, Yukari does, like, her little pose before she, you know, does her all-out attack portrait or whatever. But that's just, I guess that's just me. I guess I'm just weird like that, I guess. But that's actually going to do it for this part of Persona 3 Reload. The next time we meet in Persona 3, I believe we are going to be doing more Tartarus parts. I also believe we're going to be ending our Tartarus expedition for the week. Because, for one, you know, I scrubbed the parts already for editing to get them ready for commentary. And 2, shut up. And plus, there's the little 4 on there, so I'm pretty sure our full moon battle is supposed to be soon-ish. But I'll see you guys next time, and take care.